Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm back with another client tutorial. Today I have the beautiful Nadine in my chair. I want to try a different look to my usual look, so I went with something more cool toned and more of like a soft cut crease. So if you want to see how I created this look, then please keep on watching. I'm going to start by prepping her face by taking this Release moisturizer, and I'm just putting this all over her face with a duo fiber brush just to prep the skin. And then as well as that, I'm going to be taking the Benefit Professional, the pearl one, as it has like a bit of a sheen and I want this look to be super glowy, so I'm just going to put that on her face as well. For this look, I really want to do something like out of my comfort zone. I've never done a look like this before. I was inspired by Makeup with Jar, of course. So yeah, I hope you guys like that I'm mixing it up with something a little bit different. And yeah, so now I'm just going straight in with her eyebrows. Her eyebrows are so nice and full already, so I just took a bit of brow powder and I'm just filling in the gaps.
Used to be so happy, but without you here I feel so low.
Now I'm carving out her eyebrows with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Custard. So yeah, as I was saying before, I really want to try a look that was like completely out of my comfort zone. I rarely ever do looks like these, like cool tone and like not a full cut crease. So I thought it'd be good to mix it up, and I actually loved how it turned out. I think it would be perfect for like if someone wanted like a dramatic like bridal look, or Deb, just it's still full glam but a bit on the softer side. So yeah, and I also tried to with my editing, I showed literally every single step, so I hope you guys find it easy to follow. Next, I'm going to be prepping her lids with the Tarte Shape Tape. I recently just started trying out this concealer and I love it. Like I thought, oh, maybe like people have just overhyped it, but it actually is really, really good. And I do like it as an eyeshadow primer because it is so full coverage. So yeah, I'm just going in with the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill concealer brush. This is like my favorite brush ever. And then I'm taking the Huda Beauty powder. This is a translucent one, and just setting them down. Here I'm taking the Tartelette palette by Tarte, and this has a lot of those nice like cool tones that I don't usually use. So I'm placing this purpley neutral shade and focusing it mainly in the outer half of her eye. With the shadows, I don't want to bring them all the way into the crease. I want to focus a lot of the pigment and the shadows on the outer half of her eye.
I watch you as you left, but I can never seem to let you go.
So next I'm going to be taking the Huda Beauty Amethyst palette, and I'm taking this pinky purpley color just to add some more like pinky purple in the look, because the other tone was quite almost like a grey. So I'm pretty much just putting this over where I've put the other shade.
Cause once upon a time you were my everything. It's clear to see the time hasn't changed a thing.
And then again from the same palette, I'm taking this more purpley toned shade, and I'm also going to put that on her outer half of her eye. And as you can see with my shadows, I'm really focusing it just on the outer half, not bringing it all the way into the inner corner like I normally would, because we're going to put a light shade there later.
It's very deep inside me, but I feel there's something you should.
I'm taking this shade from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, and it's just like a really nice like burgundy shade. And now this time I'm focusing it again on the outer corner, but closer to the lash line, so I'm not bringing it up as high as I did with the other shades.
You should know. I will never forget you.
And now next, to make this look a little bit more dramatic, I'm taking this black shade. This is from the Soft Glam palette. Any black will do. And this time I'm really focusing this on the very outer corner and keeping it really close to the lash line. With black, you definitely don't want to take it up too far because it can obviously overpower all the other colors. So I'm doing really, really small blending motions to focus it where I've placed it.
You will always be by my side. From the day that I met you, I knew that I would love you till the day I die. And I will.
And then here I'm just going back in with a fluffy blending brush just to make sure all the colors are blended. I wanted this look to be super like blended and soft, but still dramatic at the same time. And now I'm going to take some of the NYX glitter glue, and instead of taking it on a flat concealer brush, I've taken it on a more fluffy synthetic brush, so I don't get that perfect cut crease. I still wanted the glue there because I'm using a loose pigment. So instead of carving out the crease, I'm more brushing it on like I would an eyeshadow. So now that I've got the base down, I'm taking the MAC Vanilla Pigment, which is a super nice white gold shade. I'm just packing it on with a flat shader brush all over where we put that glue. So as you can see, when I've applied the pigment, I'm also doing like swiping motions to blend it out, as I don't want like that harsh crease between the eyeshadows. I want it to be nice and soft. And then here I'm just taking a blending brush with some of the shades I used before to make sure the outer corner is nice and blended with the pigment. So next I'm mixing some of the Inglot Duraline with my Maybelline Ice Studio eyeliner, just because the eyeliner is drying up a little bit, so this will make it a lot easier to use. And I'm just doing a thin line across her lid with the Inglot 31T brush. So for lashes, I'm going to be using these fluffy 9s. I'll show you later when I put them on. But for now, we're moving on to the base. So I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 290. I've just recently started using this foundation. I actually really like it. And I'm also mixing in some MAC strobe cream with it, because it is quite a matte foundation, but I want it to be a bit more glowy. So I'm putting some of the strobe cream on her face, and I'll also mix a little bit in with the foundation. And now I'm just applying it, the foundation, with a foundation brush. This is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill one. It's my favorite brush ever for foundation. It's so nice. And because I still want the look to be full glam, I am going in with a brush to get that coverage, and then I will still make it nice and soft and glowy with the rest of the products I use. So now I'm taking the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Light Beige on the Morphe and Jaclyn concealer brush, which I actually never use brushes for under the eyes, but this brush is so good. Like, it works so amazingly. And I've actually never tried out this concealer before. Like, this was my first time, and I loved it. Like, it was really like full coverage. I probably wouldn't use it like the whole like cream contouring thing, but I would use it as a nice under eye concealer. And you can see how full coverage it is compared to her other eye, where you can still see like the redness, and that concealer literally covered up everything. So yeah, it's really, really good. And then now I'm just setting her under eyes with the same translucent powder. I'm not baking, I'm just pressing the powder into her skin. So once I've set her under eyes, I'm now going in with the MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NC30 on a big fluffy brush, and setting the rest of her face. So next to bronze, I'm taking my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Radiant. This is, again, is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brushes. I really recommend them if you're wanting some new brushes. So yeah, I'm just placing this on her cheeks, forehead, nose, and because this bronzer has a nice glow to it, it complements the look really well. So yeah, I'm just putting this all over. And because I want this look really glowy, I'm taking, this is MAC Gold Deposit. It's a super nice, like, bronzy, like, I wouldn't call it a bronzer, I'd call it more of like a highlighter because of how intense it is. But I'm taking like a really small amount and just putting that on top of all the places where I put the bronzer. And then next for blush, I'm taking this NARS one here, which is called Gina. And I'm taking it on a Joy Fiber brush and placing it on her cheeks and brushing it back. And this oh my gosh, this blush also has like a gold reflex, so it will blend in with all the other products really nicely. And I'm also doing a small amount of contouring with Inglot sculpting powder in the shade 507. So next I'm highlighting with the ABH and Amrezy highlighter, super pretty gold shade. So I'm placing this on all the high points of her face. So next I'm taking the Benefit Gimme Brow, which is just a clear brow gel, and I'm brushing her eyebrow hairs upwards to give them a nice fluffy look. And then I'm going to clean up some of the bronzer and contour with, again, that same Huda Beauty loose powder. So now I'm taking this Maybelline black Kajal liner and I'm placing this in her waterline. I don't do this on all my clients because a lot of girls don't really feel comfortable with like something so close to their eye. So I always ask my clients beforehand, and also not many girls do like that black under the eye. But for this look, I thought it tied in really nicely. Just adds that little bit of more like a dramatic smoky look. So yeah, I've just lined it with that pencil. It's really good and affordable as well, and you just sharpen it so it lasts ages. And then underneath the eyes, I'm taking those purple shades all mixed together again and just running them underneath. So next I'm going to be highlighting her inner corner. This is the Inglot Sparkling Dust in 01, a super light like gold shade. So I'm just placing that right in her inner corners, and then I also add a little bit to the lid just for that like extra pop because it is super reflective compared to the MAC one. So here I'm just placing on the lashes that I showed you guys before. To put them on, I use these tweezers which are from Model Rock. They're specific for putting on lashes, so it makes it really easy. So if you struggle putting lashes on yourself or your clients, I recommend getting a lash tool like that. And then I'm just brushing away the bake, and I'm going to be moving on to some mascara. So I'm taking the Maybelline Big Shot mascara and just coating her top and bottom lashes. So here I'm just going in with the same gel liner I used before to go over the lash band, just to make sure there's no like glue or any whiteness peeking through. So next for lips, I'm taking MAC Strip Down, which is a super nice like beige brown lip liner. I'm just lining her lips. I'm slightly overdrawing them. And then for lipstick, I'm taking the shade Yash, which is also by MAC.
Used to be so happy, but without you here, I feel so low. I watch you as you left, but I can never seem to let you go. 'Cause once upon a time, you were my everything. everything. It's clear to see that time hasn't changed a thing. It's very deep inside me, but I feel there's something you should know. I will never forget you. You will always be by my side. From the day that I met you, I knew that I would love you till the day I die. And I will never want much more. And in my
because that was a matte lipstick and I want this look nice and glowy, I'm taking the Fenty gloss in the shade Diamond. This gloss is so amazing. It smells so good. You only need like the smallest amount and it just adds the prettiest like sheen to the lips. So that's pretty much all the base done, and now I'm taking this Vanity Liquid Radiance to put all over her chest just to create a nice glow on her chest. So I'm just taking a little flat paddle brush and brushing this all over her collarbones and her chest.
I will always be sure. I will never forget you. And you will always be by my side till the day I die. Day I die. Day I die. Day I die.
I feel like if you're wearing like an off-the-shoulder top or dress or anything that shows your chest or collarbone, it's a really nice step to add in like the highlighter there, just because it ties in with the makeup, and in photos it looks really, really stunning as well. So now that we're all done, I'm just setting everything down with the Skindinavia Bridal setting spray, and then this is the end of the look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really love how this look turned out. It was my first time trying something really different like this. I do have another client tutorial also coming really soon. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!
My side.